Hello everyone, welcome to another Peaceful Warrior Yoga 570 online class. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today's Wednesday, so the week's almost over. I know this is almost like an extended weekend for a lot of us, but the fact that we're here and we're doing this together, hopefully it brings about a sense of community. Even though we can't see each other face to face, at least we get to do the same thing at the same time, which kind of gives you a little bit of a sense of camaraderie and community. Tonight, I might keep things a little bit shorter than usual, just because I'm having a little bit of tightness in my hips. But hopefully by the end of the beginning of the class, they'll loosened up enough that we can go for the full hour. But let's begin by coming into the middle of our mat, into a comfortable seated position. Rooting down through the sit bones, reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, letting the eyes fall heavy. Start to focus on your breathing. Fully come into the space that you've created for yourself for your flow this evening. Two more breaths. And your next inhale, let the eyes flutter open, circle sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to fold over the legs and let your body ragdoll. Reach for opposite elbows and just begin to waken your lower back. Two more breaths. And your next inhale, slowly rise up through the spine, bringing the hands to the knees. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale to bring the right arm down to the mat and stretch that left side body out. 3 breaths here. Your next inhale, come back to center, bring the right hand up. Exhale to bring the left hand down and stretch the right side body. Focus on keeping that right glute down on the mat. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, come back to center, bring that left arm back up. Exhale to fold over the legs and keep your arms stretched out, tenting the fingertips, keeping them up off the mat. 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly rise up through the spine, letting the fingertips drag across the floor. Bring the hands back to the lap or to the knees. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs one more time. This time bringing the palms down to the floor. 2 more breaths. For your next inhale, slowly drag the hands across the floor as you come back up to rise. Stretch the legs out, give them a little shake. And then bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees fall to the side, coming into bound angle pose. And either reaching for the feet, or if you want to let gravity do all the work for you this evening, reach that crown of the head up on your next inhale. Exhale to fold over the legs. And hold here for 5 breaths. On each inhale, reach the crown of the head towards the front of the room. And with each exhale, see if you can move just a fraction of an inch deeper into that fold. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, release the hands from around the feet, slowly rising back up. Keep the right foot where it's at. Stretch the left leg out long. Turn the body to face your left foot. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, reach for the shin, the ankle, or the bottom of the foot. 5 breaths. One more breath. On your next inhale, release the foot, coming back up slowly. Bring the left foot in as you extend the right. Turn the body to face the right foot. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold over the leg, reaching again for the shin, the ankle, or the bottom of the foot. 4 more breaths. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, release the foot, slowly coming back up. Bring both legs out long in front of you. Give them a good shake. Then bending the knees, planting the soles of the feet. Come down to your back. Inhale, stack that right ankle on top of the left knee. Exhale to use the right foot to guide the left knee to the right side. 5 breaths. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, bring the knee and the ankle back up. Uncross the right ankle and cross the left ankle on top of the right knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to use the left foot to guide the right knee to the left side. 5 breaths. One more breath. On the next inhale, bring the knee and the ankle back up. Uncross the left ankle and recross the left ankle on top of the left knee. Inhale, bring the knee and the ankle close to the chest until you can reach the hand behind the hamstring. And on each of your exhales, slowly guide knee and ankle closer to the chest. 5 breaths. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, release the hamstring. Bring the foot back down to the mat. Uncross the right ankle and recross the left ankle on top of the right knee. Inhale to bring knee and ankle closer to the chest until you can reach behind the hamstring. 5 breaths. Last breath. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, release the hamstring, bring the foot back to the mat. Uncross the ankle and bring both feet back to the mat. Bring your hands down along your sides. Inhale, lift your hips up, coming into bridge pose. I'm going to hold here for 5 breaths. Squeeze the glutes together to lift the hips higher and press down through the heels of the foot as you ground down through the hands. Two more breaths. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale the knees in close to the chest. Reach the hands behind the hamstrings. Give yourself 3 rocks to come up into a seated position with your knees bent and your feet planted on the mat. Bring your hands down along your sides and transition yourself into your neutral tabletop position. Stack the shoulders directly above the wrists, hips directly above the knees. Inhale, shift the gaze forward as you pull the shoulder blades back and down the ribs, dropping the belly button towards the floor and lifting the tailbone high for cow. Exhale, curl the tail under, tuck the chin in and round up through the spine for cat. Inhale, back to cow. Exhale, back to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. One more time. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. On your next inhale, come back to neutral tabletop position. Extend the right leg out long. Exhale, press yourself into that right calf muscle. Hold for 2 breaths. On the next inhale, bring the right knee back to the mat. Exhale the left leg out long. Keeping the toes in the ground, press yourself back into your calf muscle. One more breath. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the knee back to the mat. On your next inhale, extend the right leg out long, lifting the foot up off the mat. Extend the left arm out long, coming into spinal balance. Exhale to bring the knee and the elbow underneath the touch for tricky cat. Inhale, back out long. Exhale, knee and elbow back underneath. Exhale, stretch out long. One last time. Exhale, bring knee and elbow underneath. Inhale, stretch out long. Exhale, bring the hand and the knee back to the mat. Inhale, stretch the left leg out long, right arm out long. Exhale, bring the knee and the elbow underneath, rounding through the spine for tricky cat. Inhale, out long. Exhale, back underneath. Inhale, out long. One more time. Exhale, back underneath for knee touch the elbow. Inhale, back out long. Exhale, bring the knee and the hand back to the mat. Bringing your toes together and your knees to the width of your mat, press yourself back into child's pose. 3 breaths here. One more breath. On your next inhale, bring the hands back in towards the body. Bring the knees together, come back to the neutral tabletop position, and then extend the right leg out long and then the left leg out long, coming into plank pose. Lower all the way down to the mat. Bring the arms out to your sides, making field goal post with the arms. I'm going to spin over this way so you can see what I'm doing. Inhale, lift the right leg up over the left and roll over onto the left shoulder, straightening the right arm. 3 breaths here. Last breath. On your next inhale, bring the right leg back over the left. And then exhale the left leg over the right, rolling onto that right shoulder, extending that left arm. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, come back to center. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, press yourself up into baby cobra. Hold here for 3 breaths. Last breath. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press yourself up to tall cobra, straighten the arms, root down through the tops of the thighs and the tops of the feet. 3 breaths. Push the heart through the arms. Last breath. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower down. Curl the toes. Inhale, press yourself up into plank pose. Exhale into downward facing dog. This is the first one of the class. Go ahead and pedal your feet out, loosening the hamstrings. Two more breaths. Back to stillness. Inhale, shift the gaze forward, bend the knees, and walk to the top of your mat. Coming into a half lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up. Circle sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to bring them down to heart center. Inhale the right knee up. Exhale to pass the weight over and back, coming into high lunge. 5 breaths here. Knee stacked directly underneath the ankle, back leg long, pressing the heel back towards the back of the room, squaring the hips towards the front of the mat. One more breath here. Next inhale, shift your weight forward and step that right leg up to meet the left, coming into a modified mountain pose. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring them down to heart center. Inhale the left knee up. Exhale, pass the weight back, coming into high lunge. 5 breaths. Last breath. And on your next inhale, hinge at the hips, step the left leg forward to meet the right, come into modified mountain pose. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up through the spine. Circle sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to bring them down to heart center. Inhale the right knee up. Exhale, pass the weight back, coming back into high lunge. 5 breaths here. Last breath. Your next inhale, hinge at the hips. Step the right leg forward. Exhale, come into a half lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up through the spine. Circle sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Inhale the left knee up. Exhale, pass the weight back, coming into high lunge on the opposite side. 5 breaths. One more breath. Inhale, hinge forward at the hips. Exhale, step that left leg forward, staying slightly crouched. Inhale, bring the arms up, drop the hips, coming into fierce chair. 5 breaths. Last breath. Next, inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms down to the sides for mountain pose. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, and step back into your plank pose. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Let the shoulders slide down the spine. Lift the hips high. Spin the inner thighs towards the back of the room. 2 more breaths. Your next inhale, shift the weight forward into plank. Exhale, lower down for chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, shift the gaze forward, bend the knees, and walk to the top of your mat. Coming into a half lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale. Slowly rising up, circle sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them down to heart center. Step the feet out to the width of the mat. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring them down to heart center as you bend the knees, coming into Malasana Yogi Squat. 5 breaths. Your next inhale, press strongly into the heels, straighten the legs, bring the arms up overhead. Give yourself a small back bend. 2 breaths. Stay for the inhale. Exhale to heel toe the feet together, bring the arms down by the sides. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms. Step, hop, or float back into your plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bring right knee to right elbow. Exhale, bring the right leg back up. Inhale, right knee to center. Exhale, back up. Inhale, right knee to left elbow. Exhale, extend the leg out to the side. Spin over onto the right hand and bring the left hand up, coming into broken triangle. Two more breaths. Your next inhale, bring the left hand back to the mat. Exhale, the right leg back up. And then bring it down to the mat, coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale, shift the gaze forward, bend the knees. Walk, hop, or float to the top of your mat, coming into a half lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up through the spine. Circle, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to bring the hands down to heart center. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms. Step, hop, or float into your plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left leg back up for three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to center. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Extend the left leg out to the side. Spin over onto the left hand and reach the right arm up, coming into broken triangle. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, bring the right hand back to the mat. Exhale, the leg back up to three-legged dog. And then bring the foot back to the mat. Inhale, shift the gaze forward. Bend the knees. Hop, step, or walk to the top of your mat. We'll walk on that one. Coming into a half lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale, slowly rising up through the spine. Circle sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to bring the hands down to heart center. Your next inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, coming into fierce chair, hands to that heart center. 5 breaths. One more breath. And your next inhale, straighten the legs, coming back to stand. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms. Step, hop, or float into your plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale to bring it down between the palms of the hands. Coming into runner's lunge. Drop that left knee. Inhale, come up into low lunge. Three more breaths. On your next inhale, circle sweep the hands down to frame the foot. Stretch the left leg long, step it forward to meet the right, coming into a half lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up through the spine. Circle, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, hop, or float into your plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale to bring it forward in between the palms of the hands, coming into runner's lunge. Drop that right knee. Inhale up to low lunge. 4 more breaths. Last breath. On your next inhale, hinge forward at the hips, bringing the hands down the frame of the foot, straighten the right leg. Exhale to step the right leg forward to meet the left. Coming into a half lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise up through the spine. Circle, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to bring them down to heart center. Keeping your hands at heart center. Inhale, bring the knee up. Exhale to open the hip and place the foot on either the top of the thigh, below the knee, or between the ankle and the floor, coming into tree pose. 5 breaths here. One more breath. On your next inhale, release the foot from the leg and bring the foot back to the mat on the exhale. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale to bring them down to heart center. Inhale the left knee up. Exhale to open the hip. And again, placing on either the top of the thigh, below the knee on the calf, or between the ankle and the floor, coming to tree pose. 4 more breaths. Keep this outer hip pinned in. And reach the crown of the head up. 1 more breath. Your next inhale, remove the foot from the leg. Exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Step your feet out to the width of your mat. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale to bring them down to heart center as you bend the knees, coming into Malasana Yogi Squat. Press the elbows into the knees and the knees into the elbows. 4 more breaths. Last breath. Your next inhale, press strongly down through the heels, straighten the legs, bring the hands up above, giving yourself a small back bend. Hold for 2 breaths. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, heel toe the feet together as you bring the hands down to the sides. Coming to the long edge of your mat, bring your arms out to the sides and step your feet out until your ankles are just about underneath your wrists, or as close to there as you can get. Now, for the next couple of poses, please listen to your body. If it's telling you not to attempt them, come back into tree pose. Otherwise, circle sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to fold over the legs. Reaching for the shins, the ankles, or the tops of the feet. I'm actually going to take a little bit of a wider. There we go. 2 more breaths. Your next inhale, bring your hands to your hips, slowly coming back up. If you need to shorten your stance a little bit, do so now. But coming up onto the heel of your right foot, turn the toes towards the top of the mat. Bend that right knee, coming into Warrior Two. Turn your body to face the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands back to your hips. And from here, we're going to bend at the hips. So bending at the hips, bring the right hand down inside your right leg and reach that left arm up. 3 more breaths. Take the gaze out over the fingertips. Last breath. Your next inhale, bring the left hand back to the hip. Come back up, straighten that right leg as you do, and spin the toes towards the long edge of your mat. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale to fold over the legs. Again, reaching for the shin, ankle, or top of the foot. Bringing your hands back to the hips. Inhale, come back up. Spin the left toes towards the back end of your mat. Bend that left knee. Keeping your hands at your hips. Bend at the waist. Bring that left hand down to the mat and stretch the right arm out long above you. Two more breaths. Your next inhale, bring that right hand back to the hip. Slowly come to stand as you straighten that left leg. Spin the left toes back towards the long edge of your mat. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale to bring the hands down to heart center, and then heel toe the feet together. Coming back to the top of your mat. Inhales, coming into mountain pose first. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, hop, or float back into your plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your knees out to the width of the mat, letting the big toes touch behind you, and press yourself back into child's pose. 3 breaths. Your next inhale, shift the weight up and forward, bringing the knees together to come back into plank pose. Keep the hips lifted high and the lower abdomen moving in towards the spine. Hold here for 5 breaths while I check the time. Two more breaths. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Give yourself 2 breaths here. On your next inhale, prop yourself up so you can bring your elbows directly underneath your shoulders, coming onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Reach the heart through the pillars of the arms. Root down through the tops of the thighs and the hips. 3 more breaths. Last breath. Your next inhale, curl your toes. Press strongly out of the shoulders to come into forearm plank. 1 full breath here. And then on your next inhale, press even more firmly through the shoulders, walking the feet in towards your chin, coming into dolphin pose. If this is too much for you, come back into child's pose. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, bring the knees out to the width of the mat, touching the toes behind you. Press yourself back into child's pose. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, walk your hands in towards your body. Bring the knees together to sit back onto your heels. If this is too much for your knees, come into a comfortable seated position like we did at the start of class. From here, bring the hands back behind you. Point the fingertips towards the front of the mat. Open the heart by pulling the shoulder blades back and down the spine. Let the head hang between the shoulders. Inhale, lift the hips up, coming into baby camel. Two more breaths. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the hips back down. Press yourself back up into sitting on your heels, and then transition yourself back up to standing. Coming back to the long edge of your mat. Bring your arms up, step your feet out as wide as you can, hopefully underneath your wrists. If not, that's okay. Bring the hands to the hips. Spin the right toes back towards the top of the mat, coming into Warrior 2. Turn the body to face the long edge of the mat. Bend at the hips. Bring the right hand down, extend the left arm up above. If you're finding this pose a little too easy and you want to challenge yourself, take that right arm, reach underneath your leg, and bring that left hand back behind you, coming into a bind. If you're going to attempt this, make sure your body is fully turned towards the long edge of your mat. 2 more breaths. Your next inhale, release the bind if you have it. Bring that left hand back to the hip. Come up to stand as you straighten the right leg. Spin the toes back to the long edge of the mat. And then spin the toes on your left foot to the back end of the mat. Bend that left knee. Keep the hands on the hips. Turn the body towards the long edge of the mat. And bend at the hips. Again, reach the left hand down towards the floor. Right hand up. If you took that bind on the other side, do so now. Two more breaths. Your next inhale, bring that left hand back if you're in the bind, bring the right hand to the hip. Come back up, straighten that left leg, and spin the left toes back to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs, reaching for the shins, the ankles, or the top of the feet. Or if you can bring your hands down to the floor. Two more breaths. Your next inhale, bring your hands back to your hips. Come back up to stand. Heel toe the feet together. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale to bring the hands down to heart center. Let the eyes fall heavy. Take 3 breaths here. And your next inhale, let the eyes flutter open. Come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up. Exhale for a full forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. And then bend your knees, bring your palms down to the floor, and walk back until you're on your glutes with your knees bent and your feet firmly planted on the mat. Come all the way down. Extend that left leg out long. Inhale the right leg, or the right knee into the chest. Keep the toes of both feet pointed towards the ceiling. One more breath. On your next inhale, stretch the right leg back out long. Exhale to bring the left knee into the chest, coming into Ekapada Apanasana on the left side. One more breath. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, release the knee, bring the foot back to the mat, bend the right knee, bring the right foot to the mat. Bring the hands down along the sides, bring the shoulder blades back underneath you and down your spine. Move down through the hands. Inhale, lift the hips coming into bridge pose. Hold for 5 breaths. We're going to do bridge pose one more time, but there's going to be an option. If bridge pose is enough for you, for the second time you can stay there. If not, and upward facing bow pose is in your wheelhouse, you can take that for your next pose. One more breath. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower the hips back down to the mat. Now, again, if you want to do bridge pose again, because you haven't quite reached upward facing bow pose, this time when you lift your hips, we're going to hold for 5 breaths again, but for the first breath, for the first 2 breaths, I want you to extend that right leg out long. And on the third breath, bring it back down. And the last 2 breaths, extend the left leg out long. All right, come back to laying with your back on the ground, knees bent. Take 1 full breath in. On your next inhale, press yourself either into upward facing bow pose or into bridge pose. Two more breaths. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower everything down to the mat. On your next inhale, bring both knees into the chest, wrapping the arms around them, but keeping the head on the mat. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, release your hold on the knees. Let the knees come open, and then reach the hands in between the legs, reaching for the outer edges of your feet, and then bringing the feet up. Come into happy baby. If you like, you can take a rocking motion here. Three more breaths. On your next inhale, come back to stillness. Exhale, bring the soles of the feet together. And then bring the outer blades of the feet down to the mat, keeping the knees wide, coming into bound angle pose, supine. This is the last pose of the evening. This will also be your Shavasana pose. So settle in, get comfortable, and let your body melt into your mat. Keep focusing on your breathing. On your next inhale, bring your right hand to your abdomen and your left hand to your chest.
I go to the Green Mountain State. I go to the silence you make. Do you live inside, outside me? As you speak through 10,000 leaves. There's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way. There's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way. It has always, always. It has always, always. In the house way down by the lake, a story told in a mystic way. And those roads they run through big fields, yeah. And those roads my heart they come steal, come steal. There's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way. There's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way, there's a way. It has always, always. It has always.
slowly begin to come back into your body. Start by deepening your breath. Next, open and close your hands. Curl and uncurl your toes. Move into making small circular movements with your wrists and your ankles. And on your next inhale, bring your knees into your chest, wrapping yourself around, your arms around them, giving yourself a big hug. Take one more full breath. Your next exhale, roll over onto your right side, and then using your left arm to prop yourself up into a comfortable seated position with your eyes still closed. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed the flow tonight, and I will see you again next week. Stay safe, stay strong.